Just because doors are opening doesn't mean God opened them. Some paths look blessed, they feel right, they even work, but they were built by your effort, your timing, your control. And the scariest part? You can succeed and still be completely outside God's will. So how do you know if you're walking God's path or just asking Him to bless your own? You're losing control, and that's new for you. When you're on your own path, you're in control. You decide, you plan, you force doors open. But when you're on God's path, something shifts. Plans you were confident about start stalling. Timelines you set stop working. Options you relied on quietly fall apart. And here's the key: you're still moving, but you're no longer steering. This isn't punishment. This is realignment. Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." God often removes control before He reveals direction, because as long as you're in charge, you won't fully trust Him. If you've been saying, "God, why isn't this working anymore?" it may be because it's no longer yours to control. God is removing options you prayed for. This is the part that confuses people. You prayed for the opportunity, you asked God to bless it, and then it disappeared. Doors close without explanation. Backup plans fail. Even good options get taken away. Here's the truth most don't want to hear. When you're on God's path, He narrows your choices. Not because He's cruel, but because too many options create divided obedience. Jesus said in Matthew 7:14, "Small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life." God removes alternatives, so you can't keep one foot in comfort and one foot in calling. If everything feels narrowed, restricted, or boxed in, it may be because God is forcing clarity. He's not blocking you, He's guiding you. You feel convicted where you used to feel comfortable. Things you once brushed off, now they bother you. Conversations feel empty. Habits feel heavy. Entertainment you once enjoyed now feels off. Not because you're too religious, but because your spirit has moved ahead of your flesh. When you're on your own path, conviction is quiet. When you're on God's path, conviction is loud and personal. John 16:8 says, "When the Spirit comes, He will convict the world of sin, righteousness, and judgment." This conviction isn't condemnation, it's direction. God doesn't convict what He plans to abandon. He convicts what He plans to use. So if you feel uncomfortable where you once felt fine, that's not guilt, that's guidance. Your desires are changing without you forcing them. You didn't make a vision board. You didn't hype yourself up. It just changed. Things you once chased don't excite you anymore, and things you never wanted now keep pulling at your heart. Here's why. God doesn't just guide your steps, He reshapes your wants. Psalm 37 verse 4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." That verse doesn't mean God gives you anything you want. It means He puts new desires inside you. When you're on your own path, you force motivation. When you're on God's path, obedience starts feeling natural. If your cravings are changing, your priorities are shifting, and your heart feels drawn toward purpose instead of pleasure. That's alignment. Obedience is costing you something. This is where it gets real. Following God starts to feel expensive. You lose access to certain people. You walk away from things that once benefited you. You say no, where saying yes would have been easier. Here's the truth. God's path always costs the flesh before it rewards the spirit. Luke 9:23 says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow me." If obedience is costing you comfort, approval, or convenience, that's not a sign you're off track. That's confirmation, because God never builds destiny on what's cheap. You have peace, even when nothing is certain. This peace doesn't make sense. There's no clear outcome, no guaranteed results, no visible proof it will work. And yet, you're calm, not excited, not careless, just settled. That's because this peace didn't come from logic, it came from alignment. Colossians 3:15 says, Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. When you're on your own path, peace depends on control. When you're on God's path, peace exists before the outcome. If you feel steady while everything else feels unclear, that's not denial, that's direction. Your life is producing fruit that points away from you. People start changing around you, not because you're trying to influence them, but because they're watching you. Your words carry weight. Your presence brings clarity. Your obedience affects more than just your own life. And here's the key. The fruit isn't glorifying you. John 15:16 says, I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. When it's your path, the results point back to you. When it's God's path, the results point back to Him. If your life is quietly producing peace, conviction, healing, or direction for others, that's not coincidence, that's calling. So before you scroll, before you distract yourself, answer this honestly. Are you brave enough to follow God even if the path costs you control, comfort, and clarity? If this message hit you, don't ignore it. Type "Align me" in the comments. Not for people, for you. A quiet decision that says, God, I choose your path over mine. And if you want more messages like this, ones that don't entertain your flesh but strengthen your spirit, stay connected. Because the next step God asks of you won't make sense to everyone, but it will make sense in eternity.